What's up, everybody? This is Nightwing2303 from sneakerfiles.com. Today we're going to be giving you another performance review, this time of the Zoom Kobe 6. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, so as usual, we're going to start off at the bottom of the shoe. I'm just going to give you a quick look as far as the traction pattern on each one goes, Kobe 5 versus Kobe 6. Kobe 5's traction had a lot of issues with it, mainly just this pattern just didn't work out too well. The Zoom Kobe 6, I will say, is a great upgrade as far as traction goes. However, it's still nowhere near as great as the Zoom Kobe 4. One thing that I really did like, though, is that on the outrigger here they continued the traction, so you're not getting as much slippage here as you would in something like the LeBron 8 or even the Hyperfuse, where they left this area blank with just like some basic lines there that do absolutely nothing. So the traction on this sneaker is, I wouldn't say fantastic, but it's pretty darn good, especially when you compare it to the previous Zoom Kobe 5. So as far as the cushioning goes, it's the same exact setup as the Zoom Kobe 5. You're going to have a large volume Zoom bag in the heel and a smaller Zoom bag in the toe right here. The rest of this area is just straight Phylon. The Phylon that they use seems to be two different types. This darker gray portion is a higher density, so it's a little more stable. And then this black portion here seems to be of a lighter weight Phylon, giving you a little bit more impact absorption when you hit the ground. So as soon as you hit here, this part really compresses, and then the Zoom bag takes the rest of the load off of your ankles, your knees, and your lower back. So that's a great feature to have on the shoe, with two different types of density Phylons. I'm not 100% positive that they are two different types. It just feels a lot softer in this heel area than it does in the rest of the midfoot. So inside the shoe you have an insole here. This is said to mold to your foot shape. To be perfectly honest, this really doesn't do anything different than a regular foam insole would do. It's molded to my foot exactly the same way. All insoles will mold to your foot, so in my opinion this wasn't a special feature. In fact, it actually provided a negative mark on my end, because when you first put on the shoe, this is the area in which you need to break in. Typically you'll have to break in the upper portion of the shoe, whereas with the Kobe 6 you're going to have to break in the insole so that it'll mold to your foot faster. That way you can utilize the cushioning that they had installed in here. The cushioning is directly underneath the heel and forefoot of this insole here, and with this being so thick and hard, if it's not molded yet with the heat from your foot, you're not going to feel the Zoom air cushioning as quickly as you normally would if this was a foam insert. Okay, so the fit of the shoe is exactly like the Kobe 5. It fits perfectly. Great heel lockdown with this TPU external heel cup, and then the flywire base up here on the forefoot and midfoot area. The upper is comprised of three different layers. So your base layer is a very thin flywire. It's very flexible. They fit true to size, so please get your regular size. And as soon as they're tightened up all the way and laced up, this flywire, being so thin, completely hugs and wraps around your foot. So you can see how thin it is. The Kobe 5's toe box was really stiff in the beginning, and these ones, they don't have that issue at all. You can just kind of mess with it as much as you want, and it'll go right back to the shape of your foot. The second layer is a thin layer of mesh. It adds for breathability, which is something that we'll talk about in a minute. And the third layer is the snakeskin texture made out of polyurethane. You might just look at this and say that it's only for design purposes, but it actually has a function to it. The flywire upper and the mesh that's on top of the flywire, it's very, very thin. So you'd have a great chance of completely tearing apart the shoe in game, with lots of physical play and all of that kind of activity that you have in a normal basketball setting. So with these polyurethane pods on top of the upper, it actually promotes a little bit more strength to the material, and it's basically just like a normal snake's skin, where it acts as if it's an armor for the underlay, which is a great feature to have, especially when you're constantly minimizing the weight from one shoe to the next. You're going to be reducing a lot of the materials used, so you can't reduce too much and compromise the stability and the structure of the shoe, which is what this snakeskin texture will do for you. So it's not just for looks, it has a function. It's for protection of the mesh and flywire base. Breathability on this shoe is fantastic as well. Another key aspect that they greatly improved on from the Zoom Kobe 5. The Zoom Kobe 5 had some minor perforations here in the toe box, and then it had two lines here of perforations and your torch inner sleeve on the tongue. Now this shoe utilizes the Nike Torch system again, which is again something that worked perfectly, so if it's not broke, don't fix it. And the flywire base underneath is perforated throughout, much like the LeBron 8 V2. So all throughout the shoe, you're going to have lines that you're not going to be able to see, mainly because this is all black and you got all these snakeskin things on it. But the entire upper of the shoe has perforation holes throughout in this direction on both sides. And then on the toe box here, you have more perforations throughout. If you were able to fold down the tongue and look on the inside there, again, you might not be able to see it, but there's little holes, these little circles. Those are all perforation holes. And that's why there is mesh on top of the flywire, so that you're getting an increased amount of breathability in the shoe. I play in these for about 2 hours at a time, and by the time I'm done at night, I take my sneakers off, and the only thing that is sweaty are my own feet. The shoe's completely dry, so that's a perfect way to determine whether or not your shoe has good breathability, especially when they have so much padding and everything inside the ankle and collar lining. By the way, this is the only place where it has padding. All of this is just flywire. But when all of the rest of the area is dry, with the exception of your foot, that means that your shoe is breathing perfectly, and that's definitely an A+ job in the breathing department. So overall, this shoe is absolutely fantastic. The traction could be better, as I stated earlier, but other than that, everything else on the shoe is exactly what you'd be expecting from the Zoom Kobe line. If any of you have played in the Kobe 4 and 5, you'll definitely like this one. So that's pretty much it as far as the review. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as check out sneakerfiles.com. Alright guys, until next time. Later.